him. But yeah, so much talk about this guy now, Mikel Moreno, to Arsenal. Arsenal can offer a lucrative contract to Mikel Moreno. So Arsenal can reportedly offer a contract of a lifetime. A contract of a lifetime, apparently, to beat Barca and Aston Villa to the signature of 28-year-old Real Sociedad midfielder Mikel Moreno. So, according to a report by Mondo Deportivo, I can't say that word, Basque edition, obviously, that's pretty much where Sociedad is, ain't it, in the Basque region. As relayed by Sport Witness, Mikel Moreno is the subject of interest from Arsenal, Aston Villa, and also Barcelona. Are keen on signing the Sociedad midfielder in the summer transfer window. However, the Gunners can offer a contract of a lifetime, apparently, to 28-year-old as he looks to sort out his future after winning the Euros with Spain. Mikel Moreno has seen his sourcings from Sociedad. Of course, he has been in the Premier League already. You know, he did play for Newcastle in the Premier League in July 2018. The Spaniard has established himself as one of the best players in La Liga in the last half of the dozen years, while becoming a mainstay in the midfield for his club and country. So yeah, this is just a bit down there. So I'm gonna, because obviously I'm gonna share this report that my guy Villa Player did for us, and we're gonna read all about the player in depth there. But yeah, meanwhile, Aston Villa interested in Mikel Moreno is understandable. The Villains have been scouting the market for a midfielder heading into the summer transfer window after losing Douglas Luiz, of course, so that they're of course looking at him, but they're not going to be looking at him anymore because Aston Villa signed Amadou Onana. So Onana signed for Aston Villa. So yeah, they will not look at Mikel Moreno anymore. But as for Arsenal, Arteta is driving the North London club's move for the 28th Spanish international. The Arsenal manager wants a new midfielder and squad admin uncertainties surrounding long-term future Thomas Partey. Moreno is a viable target with Arsenal in the line to offer a contract for a lifetime to him. That might trouble Barca, considering the Catalan Giants are not in the best financial position. Be interesting to see where he goes. So yeah, that is the report there. Many reports saying that Arsenal are really interested in Mikel Moreno. I know we was interested in Zubamendi, but yeah, now it's all about Mikel Moreno, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know what it is of Arteta and yeah, and all this. But big up my guy, Villa Player, man. He's on us a full scout report right here, guys. Yeah. So we're gonna go through this. Obviously, we're gonna get in depth about Mikel Moreno right now. So yeah, you can see this is his profile here. Valued at currently 50 million. That is his release clause. He's currently valued at 50 million. That would be how much for us to get him if we were to pay his release clause. You can see, 28 years of age, as we know. Of course, we know Spanish. So he's a central midfielder, but can also play as a DM as well. So he can play in both number 8 and number 6 roles for Arsenal. If we did sign him, as we know, his contract expires in 2025, which means he's got a year left on his contract as well. So it could be a very doable deal, guys, there. And yeah, these are his stats for Sociedad, all in depth, really. You can see defensive stats right there, all the percentages, tackles per 90. Aerial duels, you got 6%. Ground duels, you can see he wins quite a lot of them. Passing and possession wise, you can see likes to have the ball. Look at that. Pass completion rate's decent, very high. You can see the cross rate's low and all this, but yeah, these are basically all the passing successful passes, only 38%. Not this is decent. Attacking stats, obviously, assists. He wouldn't get many assists because he's a DM or he's a central midfielder, so that's understandable. Dribbles, you can see shots taken on target, conversion rate there, accuracy, total goals. He scored 5 goals. You see the XG there and all that stuff, but that is the stats for Sociedad. Then we've got this data board thing here, which is really interesting, to be fair. Big up Villa Player for making all this, by the way. This is cool. This is cool here, man. Yeah, this is cool. You see the turnovers, progressive carries as well. That is so cool, man. Big up Villa Player, bro. What a real one. So scouting report note, I spent a lot of my time scouting, watching Real Sociedad a lot through COVID. I personally like their setup, usually a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 system to break down the opposition. Moreno features a lot in the midfield alongside defensive midfielder Igor Zabula and Odegaard. Yeah, of course, Odegaard was at Solskjaer, wasn't he, as well? And they played with each other there. Who was attacking midfield at the time when Rails shift to a 4-2-3-1. Moreno played in midfield in midfield pivot role alongside a DM defensive midfielder. Another shift they would have to make was a 4-3-3. He played on the left side on the middle trio and helped to provide a strong link between the defense and attack. Moreno wouldn't be a huge flair type player with good agility, like you would see with any other legendary players in the row. But he helped Solskjaer break the defensive lines and move quickly on the counter attack. That's important note there. An example is when against Atletico Madrid, he found himself in the space between the forward and midfield line of Madrid's, distracting players like Saul and Lamar, of course, and worked the space down into Odegaard's path to set up a good run. Odegaard will then expose Atletico's space and set up a perfectly good counter attack, something Odegaard has proven a lot at Arsenal. Photo is shown on the next one as a perfect example. You can see the photo here, guys. Moreno into Odegaard, breaking down the lines there. Very true. Indeed. And then he's gone phase 2. Moreno doesn't really change his ways of play as he did in 2020, although he's been switched to a more defensive midfielder now. He did part as a double pivot. A good thing that Arsenal fans need to know, he works perfectly with Odegaard. They are both the perfect pivot duo, and when there's at Solskjaer together as well. Another perfect sequence of this is Moreno likes to position himself with back to goal between any team's two midfielders and attracts the attention of both players. He then plays a quick pass to a winner, most likely Saka or Martinelli, who has plenty of space in the middle of the pitch. See another photo here, guys. Moreno is right there. You can see most likely so this will be Martinelli, but yeah, he's able to, he has that intelligence, that IQ to pick out these passes as well. So phase 3, Moreno also contributes to La Liga's attacking exploits by creating overloads on the left flank. He's joined play with Monreal and Orazabal, of course, on the left flank. Monreal, former Arsenal player, yeah. He has helped distribute the opposition's defense and open space for them to attack. In instance, Monreal plays a pass to Orazabal, who drops deep and drags Trippier out of position with him. Moreno recognizes the space that has opened up and makes a run into the space vague by the English right back. This is something Moreno is very good at and to keep an eye on. And you can see the photo here, guys, as well. So yeah, he is a type of player who has reads the game inside out. This is phase 4. Moreno played and still continued to play a vital role in regaining possession from Sociedad. He presses intensely and sets himself in a good advantage positions with the ball back. He can sense the right opportunity to catch the opposition lacking, which is very important strategy for him. An example, he done this against Atletico Madrid in 2020 and a lot in the 22-23 season. For the image tactical breakdown below, Moreno starts deep in his own half, but he's quick to realize there's an opportunity to take possession. With Koke dropping back to receive a pass, Moreno closed him down well, causing Koke to misplace a pass to Joao Felix. The ball rebounds to Orazabal, who starts to counter-attack on the wing. You can see him there. Yeah, obviously good, what a midfielder should be having, good at pressing and, and putting pressure on for sure. Last season, he looked pretty mid for Sociedad, and the team really underperformed, dropping 4th to 6th, heading to Europa League. I watched a decent amount of Sociedad, and I was always eye-catched by Moreno's performances throughout the season. Even being Sociedad's best player in the 23-24 campaign, his 22-23 season looked far better than his most recent one. There's much more I'd like to have saw from him, and that shouldn't be taken away from the high, steady performer he is. He's one of the players to look out for, and Premier League club, someone who during COVID looked as good as been in Manchester City's team in the near future, but they got Rodri. Moreno's main strength is he's an elite duel winner. He uses his strong tall body as a weapon and athletic ability to distribute the best players in the midfield. We know Arteta likes these kind of players, just like with Declan Rice. I think Moreno would do a far better job in the defense role than Declan Rice. Wow. Maybe there'll be a part of quite well as a double pivot in the defensive line, or will be used more centrally. I agree. I think Rice. I've always said I would prefer Declan Rice in the number 8, left centre mid in a more advanced role, and then someone to play alongside him. So a deep line beside a deep line playmaker. A perfect example is Rodri plays in a similar role. Moreno works well in a free building midfield, being a defensive or central attacking midfielder. There's not much of a difference between him and Rice roles, so it could be a case Arteta plays them both together or with different roles should Rice be dropped. I wouldn't say that's the case. Only weakness with Merino is his creativity is not great. Only question is he quick for ready for the title challenging side? To find, I would personally trust Moreno more in a defensive role than with Vieira and Smith Rowe, who are players Moreno would move on when he arrives if the deal happens. Other than that, my message to Arsenal fans, if you get him, he's one hell of a midfielder, will always work for the badge, and a player who rarely lets the team down, has great leadership in him, another Rodri type player. So good report from my perspective of him. Yeah, big up Villa player, man. Absolute big respect for this. Big respect for him, man. For doing this all for us here. He's not got a channel, guys, but yeah, if he had a channel, 100%, I would shout it out. But yeah, let us know your guys' thoughts, man, on Mikel Moreno. Looking like this is going to be Arsenal's midfielder target. We're going to go in from, of course, we lost out on Amadou Onana. He actually, funny enough, went to Villa. So looking like Mikel Moreno could be the player Arteta admires. I know he's looking at Martin Zubimendi for quite a bit, but that's obviously died down because Zubimendi said he's wanted to stay at Sociedad. Obviously, Moreno just won the Euros, as we know. So Barcelona interested in Arsenal. The two clubs interested in him at the moment. Apparently, Arsenal offered him a contract of a lifetime. Apparently, that was a phrase used for him. And yeah, I think, listen, the guy's been in the Premier League before, as we know. Was at Newcastle. I think he played there for one season, but then he went on loan a few times, didn't he, or something? And then obviously he's been at Sociedad ever since. So yeah, he's 28 years of age. Is he the perfect Payet replacement, guys? Do you think? I associate his signing, and I know a lot more about him because of the report that we just read. Yeah, he's a player that can dictate the play really well by the looks of things. Yes, he's a player that creativity wise is not great, but he's more like that physical type of midfielder. That midfielder who I think, yeah, can play in the number 6 role with Arsenal, can play the more defensive type of role with Arsenal, and we can maybe play Declan Rice more advanced, because that's what I've really liked to see Declan Rice play, is I play more advanced. But this type of signing is similar to me to how when we signed Jorginho. I said this in the last time we signed with him. And I think Jorginho's played well with Arsenal. I think he's been a good addition with Arsenal. He's just very similar because of the age, of course. He's that type of player who would be good for the depth. But is he the midfielders come in and elevate us and take us to that next level, guys? I'm still unsure about that, really. But what we just read there, some positives about him. We know him and Odegaard have played together before at Sociedad. They had a great partnership there. So, obviously Arteta loves the Spanish midfielders, as we know. He's looking at Zubimendi. He's a big fan of Zubimendi, and he seems to love the Real Sociedad midfielders because he's looking at his other one now. He's looking at Mikel Moreno. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see really what happens. I mean, the price would be 50 million. I think he's a midfielder that comes in really. I don't think he's an out-and-out Payet replacement, though. I think if you look on their day, I think I'd prefer, just my personal opinion, I'd prefer Thomas Partey, a fit Thomas Partey, but that's whether he'll stay fit or not, But yeah, look, we know we need a midfielder. The midfielders options now are coming increasingly sort of smaller now because Amadou Onana went to Aston Villa, great signing for them. We was looking at him. Douglas Luiz went to Aston Villa. Don't went to Aston Villa. What am I fucking on about? Went to Juventus again. Another player we was looking at. Anyone else I'm missing? I mean, there's still a bit of talk today about maybe Arsenal could go out for a move for Bruno Guimaraes, of course, from Newcastle. That price tag would be quite a bit, as we know. Then obviously we can't go Zubimendi anymore. Zubimendi wants to stay at Sociedad. He's already come out and said that he wants to stay at Sociedad, so we can't really go for him. So the midfielder options, realistically, we're talking about, they're coming day by day smaller as the window goes on. You know, there's midfielders out there, yes, but the ones that we're looking at, they're going to other clubs